I was this close to start singing. The boys are back in town. But my singing sucks. All right. My singing sucks so bad, you hear me singing, you will just want to turn away. And that's why I'm not going to sing. But I'm going to say, the boys are back. And there ain't no fooling around. And by boys, I don't mean the Dallas Cowboys. All right? No. I don't mean Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte in another 48 Hours movie. Even though I wouldn't mind watching that. I mean, that would be pretty cool to see, right? They still doing Beverly Hills Cops movies and Bad Boys movies, but no. I'm talking about the Russo brothers. This is a very good week to be a Russo. You got the Russo brothers. They are returning to the MCU. Mm, mm, mm. My Denzel Washington clap. I gotta say, it's the Denzel Washington clap because you're probably gonna be like, man, why is he clapping like that? All right, I can't mimic anything Denzel Washington does, but anyways, I'm still a fan. But the Russo brothers, they are back. They're gonna be back. They're gonna be directing Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. I say Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 instead of Avengers Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars because there is no more Kang Dynasty. Well, as far as in the title of the movie. Now, will they still be referencing Kang or will Jonathan Majors Kang still pull up? I don't know. I hope so, though. Like, can you imagine the Russo brothers directing Jonathan Majors Kang? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, I'm hyped up for that. Also, their cousin, Daniel LaRusso, is back in Cobra Kai season 6 tomorrow. All right. Bless you. All right. Now, you probably wondering, hey, man, why am I wearing a hoodie, a jacket right now, and it's like 100 degrees outside? Well, it's some mosquitoes out there, like some like mutant level type mosquitoes out there. You know what I'm saying? I put off on all the different type of sprays that's supposed to keep mosquitoes off, and it ain't working. It ain't working. They treating it like it's water. They like, look at this idiot here. He thinks spraying that stuff. He think we don't see him. He think we can't penetrate that. Like they penetrating it. Like you remember on Avengers Infinity War when when T'Challa said if Thanos comes here, there's gonna be nothing but blood and dust. Because they have that big old force field around Wakanda. And old girl, she says, oh, yeah, we have plenty blood to spare. And she wasn't kidding. That's what these mosquitoes are doing. They have plenty blood to spare because they are penetrating the barriers of my protection with my off. And they are just getting me. Give me my hands, my wrists, my legs. There's no point in even wearing pants. Normally, when I'm wearing pants, long, jeans, they don't get through them. Oh, they're getting through them. It's like these are vibranium mosquitoes, man. Like vibranium plus adamantium. What do you call that? Animanium, whatever the hell you would call it. But hey man, they ruthless out there, so y'all be careful. But the Russo brothers are back. They're gonna be directing Avengers 5 and 6. I love it. I love it. And you know why I love it? Check this out, man. You ever notice that? You notice that? Let's most of the Marvel characters. You put them in a Russo brothers movie. They're better. They're better. Don't believe me? Check this out. The first Captain America movie. I thought it was alright. It was alright. But Winter Soldier? Oh man, that was badass, man. Who directed that? Hey, who directed that? Russo brothers. All right. T'Challa. Black Panther. Man, Black Panther had his coldest moments in Russo brothers movies. Debuted in Captain America 3 Civil War. Oh, he was badass in that. I like that T'Challa. See, that T'Challa had a different type of energy than the T'Challa we saw in the Black Panther movie. Even though I still like the first Black Panther movie. Hey, love the movie. Love Chadwick Boseman's performance. I thought he did an awesome job in that movie, but I liked him better like in Civil War. Shoot, even the small moments he had in Infinity War and Endgame, he had some badass moments, man. Some good highlights, you know. Thor. Oh man, shit. Now, I love Thor and Thor Ragnarok. I'm a big Thor fan, but Thor was at his peak in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Who directed that once again? Yeah, Russo brothers. I think Iron Man was at his best. Captain America 3, Civil War, and Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. The Russo brothers, they know how to bring that out of their talent, out of the talent. The only character that I did not, that I end up hating in one of their movies, and I was a fan of this character when he wasn't in a Russo brothers movies, was Star Lord. Yeah, man, they made me hate Star Lord for a while, man. It took me a while to recover from that, but it's all good now. All's forgiven. James Gunn did a great job of redeeming Star Lord. Okay, but the Russo brothers, to me, I compared them like they have the opportunity to do some Phil Jackson type stuff. But T, what do you mean by that? Allow me to explain. I know I'm always relating sports to stuff, but hey, that's what I do. So Phil Jackson, all right, he coached the Chicago Bulls to 6 championships. All right. He retired. He coached Michael Jordan. All right. He retired, came back to coach the Lakers, won 5 more rings with a player who a lot of people draw a lot of comparisons to Michael Jordan. They say he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan that we will ever see. Chill down, chill out, LeBron fans. I'm not talking about LeBron. Come on now, he's not close to being to Michael Jordan's level. I'm talking about the Mamba, Kobe Bryant. Okay, Phil Jackson, he retired, came back, coached Kobe Bryant. Shaquille O'Neal got them 5 rings. So I say that because Russo brothers, they about to come back. They gonna fix this whole damn thing. This is a match made in heaven. It seems like Marvel is starting to take in the necessary steps to, what's the word I'm looking for, to get that swagger back. And that's a big step. Me personally, I didn't think they should have never left from the Russo brothers, but I understand. Russo brothers, they went out, did some projects on their own. Marvel went out, did some projects on their own. I think at best, each of them individually, they're good without each other, but bring them together like Voltron. Oh, they're awesome. They're awesome. Like they don't put all their blood, sweat, and tears to make good movies. They do this to make awesome movies. That's what they're thinking. That's the intentions, to make awesome movies. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna stay on Black Panther, on T'Challa a bit. All right. So, from my understanding, based on what we heard from Ryan Coogler, now I'm gonna tell you, this is like around the time when Chadwick Boseman had died, and the thought of recasting came up. He said he couldn't write those lines for anybody else but Chadwick. Understandable. I understand that, And I think where the Russo brothers come in is that you bring 2 directors who have directed Chadwick Boseman. Actually, they directed him in more movies and worked with him in more movies than Ryan Coogler. They also worked with Chadwick Boseman in 21 Bridges. Is it 21 Bridges or 19 Bridges? 21 Bridges. 21 Bridges. Love that movie. It's an awesome movie. And they worked with him in Civil War. That's when he made his debut as T'Challa. In Infinity War and Endgame. All right? And if Ryan Coogler still feels that way to the point where he's not comfortable with writing lines and directing scenes with another actor portraying T'Challa, that's fine. Hey, I hope the Russo brothers are okay with doing that. Because the role of the character of T'Challa needs to live on. All right? Needs to live on. Just like Bruce Wayne, Batman, just like Bruce Banner, Incredible Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Multiple Clark Kent, Superman. Multiple actors have played those characters. All right? But I do believe Marvel is getting closer and closer to recasting. I do. And I stand by. I it's two people who I talked about the most that I think is gonna be T'Challa. But now I'm gonna move it up to three. Like I said, other names that who I believe can play the role, but these three right here, I think overall they're my top three choices to play the role of T'Challa. All right. Number one is Aldous Hodge. I'm gonna tell you something about Aldous Hodge. I think even though I enjoyed the movie Black Adam, but I thought the main purpose for Black Adam is a, for Aldous Hodge to show people that he can play T'Challa. I know, I know he was cast as Hawkman, but go back and watch that movie. That dude was T'Challa, dressed like him, walked like him, talked like him, fought like him. Except T'Challa don't have wings, but you get what I'm saying. Also, did you know on that movie, like um, Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and Black Adam, they were shot at Tyler Perry Studios in Georgia. And The Rock and other cast members of Black Adam, they will go visit the set of Wakanda Forever. This is not a coincidence, people. You don't believe me? Google it. They did that. They shot them. They was being shot around the same time. All right. And they went to go visit. So part of me is like, I do think Ryan Coogler, he might be open to the opportunity of another actor being T'Challa. And it might be Aldous Hodge. And I think that's a perfect casting. I think it is. Perfect casting for the role of T'Challa. Another actor is Daniel Ezra. Yes, aka Spencer James, All American. They just had their season finale. It's summertime now, people. Guess what? I heard he's not going to be a full-time cast member next year. I wonder why. Probably going to be too busy portraying T'Challa. I don't know, but even if he's not T'Challa, I do think he could be an awesome T'Challa though. I have no sources. This is just me trying to connect the dots and the pieces, and this is what makes sense to me. But I think he'll be perfect for the role because if you watch that show, to me, he embodies what T'Challa is. All right. Do I know everything about T'Challa and I'm an expert? No, but based on what I hear about the character in the comics and based on what I've seen in the movies and in the animated shows, yeah, I think that young man, he can be the perfect T'Challa. Another actor a lot of people seem to have forgotten, or they don't really mention, is Corey Hawkins. If he can play Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton, then he can play T'Challa. Brilliant actor. Brilliant actor. I love his work. I think he has that swag, the brilliance, the aura of T'Challa. So far, those are my three. All right. I'm probably going to add a couple more, but hey, I just want them to recast T'Challa. And I do believe that the Russo brothers, I think, hey, you bring them along in combination with Ryan Coogler, I think they can pull this off. They can pull something special off. All right. But I wonder, like, since they're not going to do the Kang Dynasty, I am curious on, like, what direction they're going to go to. I remember in an interview, man, I forgot which interview it was, but I'm pretty sure if you look it up, you can find it. Russo Brothers, Secret Wars. And a few years back, they mentioned that they would return if they were able to direct Secret Wars. So they're probably going to keep the title of Avengers Secret Wars because that makes sense. And they're not going to continue with the title of Kang Dynasty. And that will be awesome because now the Russo brothers, you get to include the X-Men in that and Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, and other characters. So I think that's going to be pretty cool and unique, and I'm looking forward to that, man. I mean, I'm glad they're back, man. Glad they're back, man. This is awesome. But there's still a lot of things to, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of things. I mean, it's so much that they can cover. You know what? So much. Let me check my notes here on like what they can do with the Avengers movie that's not gonna be called Kang Dynasty. Like they can make the Skrulls relevant again. Like the Skrulls, I think the Skrulls, like there's over 1 million Skrulls out there. Okay. And people are going about this whole scroll stuff as if it's something minor. No, this is major. Like the Secret Invasion show, was it perfect? No, it was on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 5 or a 6. There's a couple episodes and a couple moments I thought were incredible moments of the show. It does give you some good highlights, all right. But I feel like directors like the Russo brothers, you let them do some stuff with some scrolls. Oh man, that it's gonna be off the chain. I think they can. What's the word? They can match the expectations that we all had for the scrolls in the MCU. They can make them relevant again. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe some Avengers are scrolls. I think Doctor Strange is a scroll. I think Nakia is a scroll. I think Nakia and Shuri are scrolls. Okay? But common denominator, Nakia is a damn scroll. But it's hard to tell with her because she's a damn gone spy. But anyways, I think Nakia is the scroll queen. All right? But it's a lot you can do with the whole scroll storyline. And I think the Russo brothers, I think they're capable of accomplishing that. Scrolls are still relevant in Captain Marvel's universe. And speaking of making characters better, I mean, her most badass moment came in the little amount of screen time she had in Avengers Endgame, a Russo brothers movie. You know, when she didn't flinch when Thor threw the Stormbreaker near her face. What was that? When she headbutted Thanos, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought those were some badass moments. And when she came in and destroyed Thanos' motherships, that was badass, man. But I do think that, with scrolls, they can do a lot with that. Also, I think, you know what? They can tell the story of Steve Rogers going back in time to return the Infinity Stones. Shoot. Who better than the Russo brothers who's better than the Russo brothers to direct that? So you can include that in the next Avengers movie somehow, some way, whatever. Who else? Now I have an idea as far as with T'Challa. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, they say T'Challa died of an illness. We don't know what's the name of the illness. But what we do know is in the multiverse, in the infinite multiverse, there's a cure for every illness. There's a cure for every illness. Did I make this up? No. Scarlet Witch said so. And when Scarlet Witch said so, it's the truth. Because all she got to do is say no mutants, there's no mutants. All she got to do is say, what mouth? And then there's no more mouth on you. You know what I'm saying? But I trust her research. She said that there's a cure for every illness. Well, goddamn it, I believe her because she has dream walked through all the multiverse. And I said this, was it a year ago when I said this? Somewhat about, I know it was in 2023. I said, hey, either in Black Panther 3 or in the next Avengers movie, this doesn't have to be the main plot. This can be like a subplot or something like that they can include in there. This will be a hell of a journey. You can have Shuri, and if Shuri is not a scroll, okay, you can have Shuri and Scarlet Witch. They join forces and they go find that cure, and then they can go holler at Doctor Strange to get that time stone so they can go travel. Now, if Doctor Strange, go travel back in time, but if Doctor Strange is a scroll, then they're gonna be in trouble. But if he is a scroll, I think Scarlet Witch can figure that out. We'll see. But anyways, they're gonna go travel to find that cure and get that cure to T'Challa and give it to him and go back in time and give it to him. All right. So I think that would be cool. So they're in the multiverse. So that will be part of the multiverse storyline. Or one of the Avengers or something's come across something. They'd be like, hey man, that's the same disease that killed T'Challa in my time frame. And they'd be like, man, let me take that back and go get that to him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have all the details on it, but I think that would be pretty cool to see. I would watch it. And if nobody else would watch it, hell, I'll watch it like 1,000 freaking times, But it's good to see the Russo brothers back. Glad they're back and things are coming up. things are coming up. They have the San Diego Comic Con coming up pretty soon. Is that in August or is that the end of the month? I got to go back and check. I wish I was going. If I was going, I mean, of course I would know what day. But hey, I'm looking forward to the Russo brothers returning. I mean, hey, man, it's like watching a familiar face come back, and it's like, man, you know what? It's about to go down. It's about to go down, people. This is like, man, I'm thinking about 90210. Hey, rest in peace, Shannon Daughtery, who played Brenda Walsh. It reminds me how you remember when Luke Perry, Dylan McKay, when he left. Yeah, so he left the show after what 4 seasons. Then he came back like 2 seasons later, and it's like, oh man, Dylan's back. Brought in that extra energy, that extra to the show. That's what the Russo brothers gonna do, man. That's what they're gonna do. I enjoy these movies, and hey, man, like it's unlimited. I think it's no limit to what they can do. I mean, I got a lot of confidence in them, But I'm looking forward to it. Share your thoughts. Let me know. What do you think about the Russo brothers returning to the MCU? Do you think that they are going to help catapult? No. Okay. Do you think that they're going to help us get another T'Challa? You think they're going to play a big part in recasting the role of T'Challa? Share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think the next Avengers movies are going to be a lot better because the Russo brothers are back in the mix? Share your thoughts. I want to know what y'all think about this. And please hit that like and subscribe button. And once again, hey, seriously, I greatly appreciate y'all taking the time out of y'all busy day by giving my little old podcast a listen, man. We had like 18, we had like 1,000, we had like 1,800 subscribers right now. I mean, the goal is to try to get up to 2,000 before this month is over. And I believe we're going to do that. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. I didn't think 10 to 20 people would be listening to me or subscribing. But hey, man, God is good. And I thank y'all for y'all patience and just taking time out your busy day, man. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Student of the Game podcast. Peace out.